Now that we've built our user experience, let's put some code in the CS file, in the code behind, so that we can respond to the icon with the two curved arrows, which implements our conversion. So we come to the Solution Explorer, we open up main page, we open up mainpage.xaml. Before we start writing code, let's take a brief look at the contents of this class as it was expanded from the template. The first set of using statements give us connectivity to the base .NET class libraries. The ones labeled system.windows connect us up to the Silverlight libraries. And finally, the Microsoft.phone controls using connects us up with the specific controls such as the application bar and the application page that you get specific to the Windows Phone. The namespace comes from the name of your application, and you have by default a constructor which calls initialize component, which is required in order to be able to initialize the Silverlight controls on the page. Your class may not look exactly like this because during the demonstration of building the user experience, I clicked in the word click in XAML in the application bar XML, and it automatically added this application bar icon button click method. We're going to replace that with one that's called convert click. So to implement the code here, we're going to select everything between the opening brace underneath the class declaration and the closing brace that closes the class. So we'll delete that, and then we'll type in our snippet. And now let's go take a look at what we've actually got. So we have our constructor still. We have a convert click, which is how we respond to the button on the application bar. And we have two empty implementations of the .focus event handlers so that when the user taps on the text box, the appropriate method gets called so that when we're actually implementing the full conversion, it can clear out both text boxes and decide whether you're converting Fahrenheit to Celsius or Celsius to Fahrenheit. So now we have the minimum amount of code behind. Let's check and see if everything's wired up. So we'll press F5 and run this app in the emulator. Right now, our app doesn't do anything. If we tap here, we get the keyboard. If we tap here, we get the keyboard. If we tap anywhere else, the keyboard goes away. But to make sure we've got our application bar connected up, let's tap on the icon, and there we've got a message box. So we know we're wired up. We know we're good end to end. So let's make sure that you got this far, and then we'll go on in the next movie to actually add the semantic logic behind here to actually make this a units converter app.